if you do the same thing with Marius, if you hover over and pin his window, so I'll just say on mine, I'm just going to go to pin on Marius Matesan, and over to you, Marius, if you'd like to say something.
Hi everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can. Yes, thanks, Marius.
Awesome. So yeah, thank you, Luciana. That was a really interesting presentation. Thank you, Nick, for the insights. And I'll begin. So, hi, I'm Marius Matesan. I'm co-founder of PlayLab CIC and a multidisciplinary artist, many times involved in creating experiences that question and challenge the complex relationship between humans and technology. Here, you see my first mixed reality piece called Bye Bye Privacy, created in 2017, acting as an invitation to meditate in an ambisonic space while wearing the Microsoft HoloLens on the simultaneous upcoming of immersive media and loss of online privacy. A lot has changed in the world since then. It's been a journey made amazing by the amazing people that became part of it, helping us realize on each occasion what empowers technology so much in our lives and eventually shape a set of values that can lead to a deeper connection over incredibly complex context. In the mid-2000s, on the brink of the smartphone explosion, it became clear that communication will evolve towards more visual and sonic vocabularies. GenieMo, as a multidimensional social cast medium, aims to blend electronic media with style, using basic but powerful cinematic tools inside a virtual world ready to be populated with real-time volumetric capture, digital props, animated characters, local and network real-time streams for virtually any video software, animating lights, cameras, and the environment without the need of a keyframe or animation timelines, facilitating a form of storytelling in the online communication experience while using a wide range of multidimensional devices from Genie Lamp to Looking Glass, projection mapping to headsets, perhaps not far from what Steven Spielberg's childhood playground might have looked like today. Using Unity as a platform to assemble all these features, we've learned how powerful and efficient it is to work with a brilliant community of developers spread out across the world. Unity made such a modular approach possible, collaborating with over 20 developers that independently and very efficiently implemented features ready to become part of GenieMo. No, don't. Yeah. It's not that, sorry. Technically speaking, it is an amazing communication and creation tool that can empower creatives, performers, therapists, students, lecturers, and the newcomers to multidimensional motion arts. But like General Lanier and Douglas Rushkoff have pointed out in their works, there's still a lot of questions to be asked until we will reach a more balanced point in the way our society relates to technology. McLuhan's work from the late 60s acts as a distant early warning, pointing out the incredible power media has had over our mental processes since its early telegraph stage. Now, in the 21st century, we're looking at augmented content becoming factual memory, the virtual favored over natural, and data being used to manipulate the subtle aspects of understanding in aims to curb the public opinion, as Edward Bernays was dreaming of in the late 20s. GenieMo is not pushing you to the internet clouds, but it's rather suggests creating and using your own cloud, taking more ownership over your own potential and footprint. Many thanks to everyone involved. I'm very excited to see the Special Cadets MDMA journey begin with GenieMo. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Marius. Now, James, would you like to say something next? And so if everyone would like to unpin Marius for now and just move over to James Edward Marks's window and do the same.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes, thanks, James. Yes, far away. And thanks again, Marius.
Yes, I wanted to say as well, a big thank you to Luciana. We actually met at a Ravensbourne in a very small room at VI UK 5 years ago. And it was a room that not many people were going into. They were all going to see the really corporate, boring stuff. But there was a lot of people that we've ended up collaborating in that room. Nick was one of the leaders on that, David Crawford, who's now our chairman at Play Labs. And then we set up the world's first holoportal. And one of the reasons that we reapproached Luciana is that we're very inspired, very much by a quote by Ballard that kind of went back to a word that looked at kind of psychedelia, sci-fi. And he always said that two of the most underappreciated art forms of the 20th century were science fiction and surrealism. And that was one of the things that we always picked up on in Luciana's work. And then setting up this holoportal lab at Ravensbourne, we were on a journey, a very corporate journey at the time. We'd raised millions and millions of dollars. But then working with the young minds of Ravensbourne, we started to see that the young minds were pushing back against technology. Maybe they didn't want to be captured and their bodies used in ways that they don't want them to be used in games and films. And so that's when we decided to kind of break away from the company we were part of and set up Play Labs. Marius was a super hyper talented kind of prodigy gamer, hacker, raver, which were all kind of things that came from all of our pasts. And that's when Play Labs was formed to kind of challenge the system. And we've ended up supporting a lot of artists that you'll have seen over the years at EVA. People that have inspired us, people like Rachel Ara, working with the Lumen Prize, working with Maria Kamatica, working with Art and Flux. I mean, it's a list of so many, Elsa James and Furtherfield. And we've always tried to support projects that have meaning. And the words that we've kind of come up with our own language that Marius touched on, things like multi-dimensional motion arts. We're not really interested in the hype of the technology. What we're interested in, a bit like Marshall McLuhan said, the mediums in the message, is what is the effects of this media. And so as you can see, currently I'm 8-bit James. This is in GenieMo. If we go over and switch off, you'll see here I am. I'm actually inside an artwork called Gurmit. There's a company called Dimension. They use Microsoft technology to do 1 minute of capture costs £15,000 or maybe more. For this, we did a capture for Gurmit. It's a project on indentured labour. We're inside Lorna Inman's tilt brush artwork, and we have a multi-dimensional gallery of objects from Gurmit. Gurmit is the word for indenture. It's a hidden history. And so what we've been doing is always making projects that have some kind of counter narrative, some meaning, but for us to be inside the artwork, it is quite incredible. And for the cost, so this is all free, the software will be free. We're going to build a community around it. We've also put together a synthesis. It's 5 years of our research. We're not academics, but what we've done is, pick up awards along the way. We've had impact where we've changed people's lives, bringing people together through holographic and multidimensional technology. And so, and we have to thank Ravensbourne as well for, letting us be in their space for 5 years. We would have thought we'd be institutionalized. I thought it'd last a couple, but yeah, 5 years, and we're still there. So I think, it's all about the people you meet. It's a bit like that Lennon line in the song. It's a journey, not a destination. And I think we've reached a really exciting point with what we've achieved with artists and GenieMo. So yeah, and hopefully we can share it with you later this year. So that's all from me from GenieMo.
Well, James, Marius, Luciana, thank you so much. I think it's great to be able to see this being demoed, properly in its new form. And also, I invite anybody who'd like to collaborate with GenieMo to get in touch with James, and we can also see what we can achieve going forward at Ravensbourne too. So very much want to see what the next stage will bring. So thanks all again, and please do put the details of Gurmit into the chat so that people can see it. And I'd like to hand over now to Sean Clark and to Camille.